All right, we know later on today the president's going to outline a more aggressive push to eradicate these spikes in cases we've been seeing of COVID. Among the things he's going to outline is a broad vaccination mandate and for federal workers, making it mandatory. Just some of the things he's considering to deal with a spike that still worries folks. Let's go to Dr. Matt McCarthy. Superbugs, The Race to Stop an Epidemic. That's the book. The Weill Cornell Medicine Associate Professor with us now. Doctor, good to have you. This idea first of a mandate to get the vaccine and for federal workers and to sort of strong arm it for others. What do you think of that?
Well, we've given people a chance to get the vaccine on their own volition, and a lot of people did. And what we're seeing is that these vaccine mandates are actually helping to get some people to do it. So I certainly support the president's plan to do that for federal workers. But I'm really eager to hear what else is going to be mentioned in this plan tonight. We're hearing about a six-pronged approach. Certainly going to involve more testing and masks, but I want to see how the mandate fits into sort of the broader portfolio of the speech and how we get through the Delta wave.
You know, Doctor, I worry like you about the number of people who have still not been vaccinated, and the numbers are inarguable. 99.9% of the cases in hospitals and deaths are among those who've not been vaccinated. And it screams in this country, it screams in other countries, it screams in Bulgaria right now that has the highest incidence of cases. It's not coincidental that it also has the lowest percentage of vaccinated residents. And yet we see that data, we hear that data, we're exposed to that data time and again, and people aren't getting vaccinated. What's the deal?
Yeah, I see COVID patients almost every day of my adult life as a practicing physician. And then I go and I talk to people who are vaccine hesitant or who don't want to get vaccinated. And the pitch that I make to them is I say that when I see patients in the hospital with COVID, they're not vaccinated. It's not healthy adults who are fully vaccinated who are lining up in droves. We know these vaccines are working. There's a lot of misinformation out there. I'm not a paid spokesman for any pharmaceutical company or any vaccine maker. I can tell you that these vaccines have fundamentally changed my job as a doctor. I am not seeing healthy adults who are fully vaccinated showing up in the emergency room with symptomatic COVID. I mean, this has been a game changer for us, and we're trying to get the message out. There's a lot of noise. I know people are getting bombarded with kind of misinformation or disinformation about how the vaccines aren't quite what they've been marketed as. But I can tell you from firsthand experience, my experience today is fundamentally different than it was before the vaccines. And I think the vaccine mandate is really the path forward. What we're going to be seeing over the next year is how these vaccine mandates spread to kids. Because I know a lot of adults who are perfectly fine getting the vaccine, and they're not so sure they want to have their kid get it. And I think that is going to be the big thing for 2022. And then lastly, how do we get out of this? We've been in a pandemic for 18 months with no end in sight. And so what I want to see from the Biden speech tonight is, do we have an off-ramp? Is there some sort of projection for when this will all end? Because as an infectious disease guy, I know that this virus is not going to simply go away. We're not going to reach a herd immunity where we say, voila, it's gone. We're going to be living with it. And how do we live with it? And what is the plan there? So those are the things I want to see. If we can get that, we're going to get more buy-in from people to say, you know what, okay, I'll go and do these things he's asking right now because there is an off-ramp in the future.
That's well put. And to your point, you're the medical expert by far, but I'm the numbers guy. And when I see a number like 99.9%, it's the unvaccinated who are dealing with this right now. That's pretty compelling. Doctor, thank you very, very much.
Hey, thank you.